university is a scam. Because the thing is, right, you're spending what, like 30, 47 grand for this coin and all that lot. And then I'm in a position now where I was before, like, I even went to uni, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what was the point in the first place?
I agree. Also, just the fact that, like, coming out of uni and thinking, oh, you know, I've got everything sorted out, it's just...
Yeah, I wasn't expecting, like, 6 digits or anything like that, just a bit more than, like, the retail life, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, I've got so many friends that have, like, got mortgages, got houses, got kids.
Yeah.
And they didn't go to uni, and it makes me think, well, what was the point? Because from a very young age, right, when you're, like, at school, they, like, ingrain it into you that if you go to uni, you're going to get a good job, you're going to be at the top of the market, and you're going to be thriving. And here I am, and I'm not even making, like, 21 bag.
Literally, exactly, I agree. That's actually, it's so hard to reach 20 bags, basically, or 20,000. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Literally. And, like, the thing is, right, so I'm, like, all the work I'm looking for in London, because I want to move to London, right, but it's all, like, 18, 20, like, 21, which is just impossible because you're going to get, what, like, bread and something else. You ain't even going to be able to get decent rent, like.
Yeah. Also, you know how, like, leaving uni is such a big transition because I'm the youngest in my family. And, like, even though we've all gone to uni and stuff, I feel like my entire life I've been babied and, like, been, like, spoon-fed every single, like, information or, like, chapter in my life.
Yeah.
So then leaving uni and, like, experiencing that and seeing all of my friends experience that, I'm just like, it sucks, you know, because there's nothing else that helps you develop into adulthood. Like, I don't even feel like an adult. I actually feel like I'm 14.
But, like, do you think, is that partly because you didn't, like, move out? Do you think that could be something to do with it?
Where are you coming from here?
Not even like that. No, not even like that, though, because obviously, like, well, I had to, like, live with my lot, and you have to learn how to, like, I didn't know how to cook before, or to, like, wash sheets or anything like that. And now I've, like, gone home, and now it's like, Mum's like, oh, why are you going out at 1:30 in the morning, Jord? Like, why are you cooking food at, like, 3 a.m, Jord? Do you know what I mean? It's like the independence has been taken away, whereas you've always had the same structure throughout.
That's true.
Because, like, going to uni, it's just weird. Like, it's just weird. Like, you're waking up at, like, 11:30, 12, and it's normal. I remember once, not too long back, me and my housemates all got up at, like, 10 o'clock. I remember one housemate was like, oh, this is really, like, early for you. Like, what's going on? And 10 o'clock's not even, like a late time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's really early. Seriously. I struggle.
No,
seriously.
I do night shifts at the moment, so I'm like, if I'm not waking up before 11, it's just not happening.
I know, right? But, like, I don't know, because I have a friend and she moved out of uni and now she's back. She's in London now. She's back living with her family.
Yeah.
And she's just as useless as I am. So I'm thinking, I don't know, I think it really varies on the person. Maybe it's the fact that we're the youngest in the family. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're the baby, innit?
Yeah, so, like, I feel like I don't have a lot of... I've never really had that many responsibilities, but don't get me wrong, I'm, like, a responsible person, but it's just... It's hard to balance that, and, like, every day I'm literally like, shit, like, I'm an adult, like,
but, like, uni delays adulthood. Do you know what I mean? It puts, like, a pause on it, because you have the people, like I said, the ones with the houses, the kids, and the boyfriends, and do you know what I mean? Which I don't have, because you're at very different stages. Like, I don't think when I was at uni I could have linked to someone who wasn't, because them working full time, me doing that, it's not the same. Our schedules are very different. It's hard to, like, interconnect and all of that. You know?
That is true. Also, like, being a student was actually the best of both worlds, though, because you weren't, like, fully an adult, but, like, you're not a child as well, if you know what I mean. Like, it was just this, like, perfect status of I don't have to worry about anything. And then, like, as soon as I graduated, I was like, crap, because I don't like thinking about the future. I really don't, and I think it is a bit...
That's a generational thing, though.
Yeah, it is. But it's scary as well for me to think about the future. Like, I just don't, like... And, like, all of the people around me do, and I'm like, oh, like, shut up. Like, I don't want to deal with that right now.
I hear that.
Exactly. But,
right, I want to move on.
Okay, fine.
So, do you know what? So we spoke maybe, like, maybe 2 weeks ago, somewhat on the phone?
Yeah.
Or just under 2 weeks. And to be honest, I didn't think this was going to come up. I didn't think we'd have to talk about it. But
wait, 2 weeks? We literally spoke on the other day.
Was it not like a week ago? It all blurs into adulthood,
yeah,
doesn't
okay,
it?
yeah.
But anyway, so I really didn't think this was going to have to come up, but here we are. So if we rewind a little bit, let's go back to, oh no, not even the night of, the morning after the Oscars.
Okay.
And we think of Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Yeah.
What's your reaction? What are you saying?
Okay, so I woke up at like 9 a.m. and I've already said that I'm not a morning person, so I'm scrolling through TikTok and my friend sends me the video basically of him slapping Chris Rock, and I'm thinking, is this a skit?
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding you, like for the next couple of hours I was like, oh, it's not real.
I thought it was a joke.
I literally thought it was a joke. I was just walking around like, yeah, it's not real, until everyone was like, oh my god, I can't believe it, and like they were like full on like analysis of like why Will Smith, of why, oh my god, I've been talking in the mic this whole time. It's catching me.
Cool,
okay, yeah, alright, okay. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, people were like doing full on analysis of like his behavior and like why he did it, and I was like, shit, like is it actually real? Because it's Will Smith.
No,
you know.
Yeah, and Will Smith is he's very uncle material. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were all a bit like, oh, what the fuck's going on? I thought it was a joke. I genuinely didn't get it because it's really weird because it wasn't like. And not to like obviously degrade what happened to Chris Rock or anything. Not that I'm a fan, but it wasn't like very like. Do you know what I mean? It was like a little girl slap. It was there, wasn't it? Like I didn't really get it, and I thought, oh, okay, this must be scripted or something. And I just thought, I don't know, I wasn't with it.
It did look like a stunt, like one of those like fake ones in the movies. Like it didn't look real, but I don't know. What was I gonna say? I wanted to say something. Yeah, anyway, I just wouldn't have expected it from Will Smith, to be honest, because he doesn't have a history of like his behavior being problematic. Like I think the only thing that people think about is just him and his like relationship with Jada, not like something particularly to do with his personality.
But also, do you not think that's why everyone's making such a big deal out of it?
Yeah.
Because I've seen bare things on Twitter, right? Compare it, literally hear it. Between Will and Kanye, and everyone's like, oh, if Kanye did this, everyone would be like, haha, that's Kanye, because that's his behaviour, do you know what I mean? Whereas with Will Smith, everyone's just a bit like, oh, like, what the hell, like, Uncle Will, like, what's going down? Will. No, because he's an uncle, the uncles and the aunties, like.
Yeah, that is true. I just think that, honestly, I know we both have, like, different opinions on, like, what happened.
Yeah.
And at first I was kind of like, well, yeah, it is pretty like fucked up for him to slap someone like in the middle of an award show. But then like I thought about it, and then like I was hearing like other like explanations, and I was like, you know what, that's actually so true, because Chris Rock definitely has like something against Jada.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but for him to come on stage and like basically like drag her like he did before.
There's no new Madagascar now either.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, he's not that relevant anymore, I'm sorry. The only thing I remember him for is, like, everybody.
To be fair. And the thing is, like, I'm not slating Will Smith for what he did, because I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But, like, it was just so out of character. But, like, I've said this to a lot of people. Me and my mum, we actually rewatched it the other day. If you look back at the clip, initially Will laughs. Yeah. He actually laughs initially. So obviously we're all thinking, how does this work? But you can't really see what happens between that and between the slap. So like I'm thinking, okay, maybe Jada like gives him a look like, oh, what are you gonna do type of thing. Then my man gets up, walks over, and then gives Chris a little.
But it was such a small amount of time as well. So I'm thinking, how did they manage to have this sort of communication and then him be like, I'm just gonna go.
It's just the look, though, isn't it? It must have just been the look.
I know, but like, it doesn't feel like something he would do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone would. Like, okay, you insulted my wife, but like, I have 5 seconds to basically think about what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna stand up and slap you. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not against it completely, because like, chat shit get banged. I'm sorry, and he is just such. Chris Rock, he's so disrespectful towards black women in general. Like his entire, like a lot of his comedy stuff is like, it really degrades black women. And also, you know how we did that documentary to do with
and like black hair.
Yeah, he was like highlighting the issues with like black hair in the community and just like black women's relationship with black hair. So I think for him to go around and will turn around and be like, oh, well, you know, Jada, G.I. Jane or whatever. Mm-hmm. What a slap in the face. Pun intended, sorry.
Do you know what? Do you know what I'm finding really weird? All the reactions that Jada's getting, I think that's really weird. Like, Twitter's gone crazy. Because for me, I'm seeing all this rubbish about how everyone's slating Jada for oh, like she's a bitch, all this, like, oh, she's got with August. Yeah. But like no one's talking about Willem Margot Robbie. And all the women, because there's an open relation, there was an open relation or an agreed break, and everyone's now kind of like backfiring, jumping on the like Jada hate bandwagon, and being very much like, oh, Jada Pinkett Smith, she's an awful person, and I think people really have an issue with like witnessing like black women that vocalize their thoughts and their experiences. Do you know what I mean? We don't like, they don't want to see black women thrive.
Yeah, and also like I don't think they want to see black women in like healthy relationships. I think they just want them to be treated as like a doormat, because there are so many like male celebrities, like black male celebrities, that are like Will, like what the hell, like what are you doing? And it's like, what, you have an issue with him respecting his wife, but it's like they don't like this healthy equal dynamic within that relationship where it's like, let's just be honest, you hate women, you don't respect women, and that's just literally what it is. I don't know why they keep, I don't know what they want from Will, to be honest.
What's your like, because I think this is somewhat different for both of us, what's your opinion on like the reaction? Because I sent you something last night. So he's been, I don't want to get this wrong, but I think he's been banned from the Oscars for 10 years.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, it's fucked up. It's so fucked up, especially if you think about all the other, all the white people, white actors who have come on the show and have done like terrible things. Like think about a few years ago, Jim Carrey literally, I think he lipped some girl on stage and it wasn't consensual. So I'm thinking, okay, so you guys are okay with sexual assault, but not black women being,
just seen as the demon.
Yeah, stood out for.
Well, do you know what? Like, I mean, I love Will Smith. I don't agree with what he did, but I love him. I think he's a very talented actor. I also love Jada. I mean, I love them both. I love them both as a couple. I love the whole family. I think it was very out of character, very tasteless, but like,
it was, yeah.
I love you, Will. So big up.
Oh yeah. Also, I wanted to say that there are so many people that they could ban from the Oscars, but for some reason, Will is banned. Like, there was this director he raped a 15-year-old. His name is Roman Polanski, by the way. Mm-hmm. And he raped a 15-year-old. And then a few years later, he got his Oscar, and he wasn't allowed to attend the show because he got convicted for it.
As he should.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not allowed to travel to the US. So instead, they got like a bunch of people from his party, and they were like, "Okay, you guys can attend and on his behalf." Where it's like, you guys, they're here and they're accommodating for rapists and all types of people.
Yeah.
But then you guys can't take a moment to just critically evaluate why Will Smith did what he did, defend his wife.
It's double standards.
It is.
Like, as black men, we have to think twice as hard as how we behave and how we act. Because if we put one thing out of line, we're like, we're demon, we're ghetto, we're the wrong end of the burden. We're the wrong end of society.
Yeah, exactly. And like, there's just so much focus on like trying to cancel people in general, but I feel like white people, they just have a lot of chances to be accepted or like forgiven, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? It's like if one black celebrity was to like step out of line, it's like, oh, that's it, you're gone, and you literally never hear from them ever again. But then you have all these like celebrities and like influencers. Oh my god, the influencers, they literally get away with so much.
That's for another day, but yeah, they do. They really fucking do.
So, I just, if you're black, don't make a mistake. That's all I'm saying.
Period.
That's it. That's it.
I love my black people though. Don't think I don't. But, all right, so we've actually wanted to talk about this for a long time. Like it's been months. It's literally been months because we spoke in like autumn. Yeah. It was meant to happen in February, but the Grammys got rescheduled. So now here we are, a week after. There's a lot of layers to this. Where are we?
It was actually really delayed, you know. I feel like the universe just didn't want us to talk about it.
Do you know what I mean? They knew what we were saying, so they knew what we were saying. All right, so let's lay this out.
Okay.
So if we'll leave the winners till the end, but like nominees as a whole, what are your thoughts? Because I was quite impressed. I thought they did it right this year. I'm not gonna lie.
I did as well, because every year you always see a lot of artists get snubbed and literally get zero recognition from the Grammys. So it's nice to see that, especially like upcoming artists, and like especially artists that are just so about it, and like everyone's obsessed with them, like they are the moment, like Doja Cat and like Lil Nas X, and I'm happy for it. I was here for it. But...
No, the nominations, I think they got it like 10 out of 10. I was really impressed with that. However, the wins. Okay, do you know? Let's not start with the main.
We could just pretend like they did win. So...
I mean, they've won to me. They've won to me, but obviously, like overall.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't start with the big ones. If we do like, I'm trying to think off my head. I mean, Doja Cat and SZA won. R&B performance, pop performance, like duo performance. I love that song, so I was very happy for them. And they're the first 2 black women, I believe, to win that. Apparently so. I saw on Twitter. So that's pretty mad. Then like,
so cute. I love that.
I have like a love-hate relationship with rap. So like I love Tyler the Creator. I thought him winning was very well necessary because he's very powerful. He's very clever. He's very insightful. Like his work and his artwork alone just makes him like one of the best rappers currently. Do you know what I mean? I love Tyler.
Yeah.
The only issue is that I find, and I get into this debate. I get into this debate more than often. So like I have a real. It's a bit different this year because the big awards were won by black men. To be fair. But that's not always the case, more than not.
Yeah.
But like, I always get into debates and disagreements about the eliteness and like the power which like rap and R&B has. Because I was rooting for Lil Nas X for a lot of things. Not even because he's my favorite. I think if I was going by faves, it'd be Doja Cat. But the way in which, I mean, I'll go on to it like later. But the way in which he's like presented himself is just so unique and authentic. And but obviously with people like that, more than often they're limited to R&B and rap. Because I was talking to one of my boys the other day, and it was about some rapper, I want to say Jay-Z or Kanye, and they've won like what 20, 22, 25 awards, right? Obviously, like they're more than not rap dominated, right?
Yeah.
So we're going back and forth, and he's saying to me, "Oh, yo, but like because I was like, oh, the Grammys is corrupt. It is." He goes, "Oh, but like Kanye West has won 20 awards." It isn't like, it's not the same. It is not the same. Rap, do you mean rap and R&B are black dominated categories? Yeah. It's basically saying you've won an award for being black.
Yeah, that's
because it is, isn't it?
It doesn't leave any space for them to be versatile as well, or like have experimental music. And even if they did have like a hint of any other genre, it's not going to be recognized. It's not.
This is the thing, because a lot of black artists have actually stopped shortlisting themselves for nominations because they know they are only going to get rap and R&B and not like the main ones. Yeah. So Drake removed himself this year. Frank Ocean doesn't submit anymore, and they're like 2 of the biggest black artists out there. And if they can't do it, like it's very like likely that any others are going to be able to. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't know that about Drake though, but.
Yeah, because he was nominated for quite a few rap ones, like album, rap song, rap duo, and all that, but he withdrew them. With no statement, but he said prior about the issues he's had with the Recording Academy. So
I remember, I don't know when this was. Maybe it was like a few years ago. I don't even know if it's the Grammys. Sorry, but
sorry.
Tyler the Creator. He won this award, and like his acceptance speech had something to do with that he I'm so sorry, I'm trying to remember.
No, you're fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. So he won something, and it was under the rap category, and he was like, well, basically fuck you, because this album is pop. It's pop, and it's like, you guys are like fucking racist. And like, dickheads. Sorry, can I say that?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's on YouTube. It's cool.
Okay.
Fuck shit.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, oh, you guys are literally dickheads for not recognizing that. And I'm like, wow, that's so true, because you guys are actually really limiting and boxing up black artists. And it's so fucked up. It really is. And like nowadays, like especially on TikTok, I love seeing like new artists and like that are like rock artists, or like not, I don't mean to do this, sorry.
No,
rock artists, but and like grunge and like pop, and I love seeing that, and I love seeing like the versatility with like black artists, especially with like just this generation. But we can go back on topic. Sorry.
Of course. I mean, there's definitely come like what's the word? Like a new like wave of like black artwork. Yeah, like new experimental stuff, which is really fundamental because blackness within music can be very eliminated and shortlisted to rap and R&B, and that's a very significant part of like black culture. Yeah. Like you can't say it's not, because it is, because it's really put us on the map. And the thing is, right, I think that it's also important for those who do not fit into those categories, who still want to be experimental and have music, that they are able to express themselves in the way in which they want to. Yeah. But also, I think, for me, what I really didn't, because at the moment, and like whether you're a fan or not, you have to acknowledge it, rap is the most popular genre worldwide at the moment currently. It's the most, it's the most demanding, the most dominating. There isn't a genre currently that has more influence than rap. And I think my issue with the Recording Academy, with the Grammys, is that how so many of the rap nominations didn't get televised, but like country did. And like, no shame to country. Do you know what I mean? Go off to the brother that won. Like, honestly, like, you do you, man. But like, how can you take so much money from this genre? How can you, like, because you televise us, you make money off us, right? You listen, you stream, you download, you make us #1 on the charts, right? Period. You make us #1 on the charts, but you ain't going to televise us when we win our awards. Exactly. And I think it's such a backhanded compliment.
It is. And like, I think there's such a big issue with like giving black artists their flowers and celebrating them as well, where it's like you just want to take, but you don't want us to have what we've created, and you don't want us to thrive from that. So it's just really irritating to like always see that. But but like you were saying of how rap is like the biggest genre out there, and like it's literally prospering like worldwide. Well, I just thought of something which is really similar, but it's just going off topic. But of like how like every country has a rap scene, you know, and they, in some way, it's kind of cultural appropriation because of the way they go about it. A lot of them do kind of not all of them, but a lot of them, like, say, like the Korean rap scene, a lot of them really mimic black people, and it just reminds me of how like the Grammys and just in general they don't celebrate or like give props to them, or like be like, hey, this originates from the black community, like I feel like people really have a problem with that, and like we see that every single day, and it's so gutting to see that, because it sucks. They don't want black people to.
They don't want us to thrive.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
So let's talk about the three main ones, because these are the ones. Actually, do you know what? Right, big up Olivia Rodrigo. I mean, she's not, as you know, I'm like, she's not a bit of me, but I can see her talent. And best new artist, she should have won it. Do you know what I mean? So big up her. Yeah. I'm all for that. So obviously there was her who won best new artist, and then there's the other three of the main. So song of the year, record of the year, and album of the year. So, song and record, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, so Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open. What are your thoughts? Talk to me.
I'm here for it. I was here for it, honestly. To be honest, I did expect them to win, because I couldn't get away from that song. Yeah. I'm not even lying, like, it was literally everywhere. I was just like... And, like, the
Grammys love Bruno Mars. They love him.
And, like, I don't blame them as well. Like, it's a fun time with him. It always is, like, the performance-wise and, like, just music-wise in general. Like, he's a very talented man. And so is Anderson as well. So...
Did you expect it then?
I wasn't really like, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't thinking about it too much, but I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised. I was, yeah.
What album of the year?
Album of the year.
So that was by John. Forgive me if I've got this wrong. But is it Batiste? I thought it was like Battersea.
Maybe my mind just
no, maybe mine as well. But like we know, yeah. But John, my guy John.
I don't. You know what? I actually gave his album a chance, and I was like, okay, like it's fun.
Really?
Like it's like theatrical and like jazzy as well, and like the music video was. It felt like like it was theatrical. Like it felt like I was watching a play, to be honest. But like it was fun.
That's an interesting take.
I liked it, and also he got a lot of recognition for the Disney movie Soul.
Yes. So yes.
At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, who did he pay for him to win? But I mean, it was rude, but I'm here for it.
Do you know what? Right. So I actually listened to his tunage, and I like him, to be fair. I think he's alright. I mean, obviously he wasn't who I wanted to win, but like, and he's so humble. Like I watched his speech, and he was just so sweet and so well spoken. He was like, "We're all winners here." And I thought, "Oh God, what a fucking nice." Because most artists just aren't like that. They're very like, "This is like my time to shine, and I'm here for it." Which, fair enough, go off. If you've won, you've won. But he was very grateful. He was very humble. You could tell that he really cared. But like. The thing that I'm really struggling to get is because I don't. So the way in which it works is the Recording Academy is very clever because if the Grammys was the way it should be, it would be public voting. It would be because we're the public as a like worldwide nation. We consume more than they do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the Recording Academy has a few hundred people who are specialised in particular areas of music, and then between them they pick who wins. But
I get that, but also I feel like it leaves artists with like a smaller fan base at a disadvantage. So I understand that as well because like we are the public and like what we say is basically what's popping, you know, and like what's good. But also I guess small artists can like fall under the radar and like their talent like wouldn't really be recognized as much, like him as well. So what he won, it was like a great accomplishment, and I feel like the reason why he was probably humble for his speech is probably because he knew everyone was gonna drag him. Because look at all the people he's going up against, you know, and like if he's
but you can see why
unknown and he won, but
but you can see why it'd be such a shock though.
Yeah, I do.
Who are you rooting for?
I was rooting for Lil Nas X.
So was I. Like, do you know what? Big up my brother John because there hasn't been a black person hasn't won since like 2007.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, do you know what I mean? Good for him, and he seems really thankful for it, and that's what you want to see, isn't it?
That's why I was like, hey, anyone black, I guess.
But like at the same time. The thing is, right, and like, do you know what I mean? Well done, John. Go off.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely am happy for the bro. But I just think the way that I see it is when you have Album of the Year, I think the way of doing it is someone who you're going to remember in like 3 decades time.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
True.
And like, even though my favourite out of them was probably Doja Cat. I really wanted Lil Nas X to win because, like, hands down, right, you can't deny and you can't argue the legacy and the impact that man has had. There is, like, I can say this hand on heart, there is, like, no one out there currently making moves like Lil Nas X. Do you mean, that's like, true, sonically, visually, every way he presents himself is just so, like, fundamental and so, like magical and gorgeous to black and to queer people. So, like, is. For him to not win, I was thinking, well, hang on, what's good?
Honestly, I hope he does win it in the future because he does deserve it. Like, he deserves all the awards, to be honest. Like, there's nobody like him. Like throughout the industry, like the music history, there's no one like him, and I feel like he's gone through so much to get to where he is, having to like deal with the backlash of like the public, but also people within his genre as well. Yeah, exactly, and like, you know, the black rappers as well who are like dragging him all the time, like Boosie.
I haven't seen that. What's he saying?
What doesn't he say? Oh my god, he is.
I'm quite minimal to it. I've seen that.
He's just very homophobic and disgusting, and like. yeah.
For me, I just think what he's like created for like black queer men, and like you'll have black queer boys at home on TV who can relate to him. Do you know what I mean? We've always had that for like rappers or like pop singers. I think that's why I was really navigating and moving towards to Lil Nas, because I thought this is monumental. This is like never seen before. And I know people say that quite often when you ask that, oh my god, there's no one like him, but there is no one like him.
There isn't. Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. I think.
Give me your overall. Okay, so your overall depiction, the Grammys. Like, what are we saying?
Honestly, like on Twitter, everyone was just saying, "This is Olivia's night. This is Olivia's night." And I was like, "Shut up!" Like, okay, I get how you can say that, because you know her pictures where she was like, "Oh, look at all my Grammys I have."
And she did well, to be fair. She got like 3, didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, she did. I'm not a hater. Like, I'm not. I'm just very sarcastic. But yeah, like everyone was just saying it was her night, and I'm like, yeah, it reminds me of Taylor Swift. You know, she's very like
a younger version.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's a new generation coming in. They always need that one girl, you know, in the pop scene to kind of do what she needs to do and then dip. And then there's another one. Like, I feel like it's a
like a vicious cycle.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, good for her. Like, we all know what type of target audience is kind of going for. So I'm like, they need that.
Yeah.
So I'm going, you know.
But like overall though, to be honest with you, sorry, go on.
No,
go. I'm past it though. We can't have the Grammys anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's so outdated. It's so unfair, and it's really messed up, because I know for a fact if Lil Nas X had won, I would have been really happy, because you can argue it back and forth, but this is somewhat the most like elite prestige award show out there, and it's like, oh my god, my fave has a Grammy, my stan has a Grammy, and it's just like, we need to find some kind of like award show which favours and benefits every race, because at the moment it's very back and forth for black people.
I'm glad that like as a society we're moving towards not caring about the Grammys as much, or like not holding it to like a high level, you know, because I feel like a few years ago that's when it kind of started, and like people were like, wait a minute, Nicki Minaj hasn't even won a Grammy. So from then on, I think people were like putting 2 and 2 together, like, what's going on here? You guys really you're not listening to the people, which is what you were saying of how like it would be nice if people could vote for who gets the Grammys. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of people get snubbed, and like I remember a few years ago, as a BTS fan, sorry, I was gonna bring up BTS anyway, you know, because my boys, I love them. But a few years ago, like when they were getting into like the American music industry, they were invited to like the Grammys, and like I feel like it was such a big thing for like K-pop fans, because like it's BTS, you know, like America, or like the Western, what is it, like the
Westernized?
No, like the Western market doesn't really
like cater.
It doesn't cater, or like it doesn't recognize anyone who isn't like Western, you know. So it was nice to see that. It was nice to see that. But then like I think people just kept seeing BTS get invited to like all types of music awards and not get like respected. Not just the Grammys, just like other ones as well.
Do you think it's tokenism though?
It is tokenism, but it's also because I think it has a lot to do with like views as well. Like BTS does have like a really big international fan base, and they show up. So I think that's one of the reasons as well. But here they are using them again and again for clout. So I think it's just
fuck the Grammys.
Fuck the Grammys. Honestly, like, you know what? Whenever I think about like, oh, who's deciding who gets what, and I'm literally just imagining like a room full of old white men that are just like.
No, do you know what? I actually looked it up. A lot of them are, like, more than not are.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine them listening to like
J. Cole.
Yeah, like J. Cole being like, oh, what is going on here? Like, no, I just don't see it. So I'm just like, how could you decide anything
wins,
when you're not even like the target audience, so like you wouldn't even know like
how it like suits or like is appropriate to our listeners. Right, so we have concluded the Grammys is fucking shit.
It is.
Period.
Fuck the Grammys.
Right. I haven't done this with anyone else. This could go awfully.
Really?
You're a special one. So basically, guys, I've got this new segment. It's called Tweet of the Week. So basically, the way it works is I find a tweet that I think is somewhat appropriate or can link well to my guest and things that we can talk about. This could go awfully wrong. I may never do this again, but I think it's worth a shot. So, Tweet of the Week.
I'm ready. No, take your time. No, I'm joking.
The masculine... wait, shit, hang on. I was so ready. The masculine urge to lie unprovoked.
First of all, ew. For the masculine urge, no, I'm joking.
You're not the right.
You picked the perfect tweet, to share with me.
Fully.
Exactly.
I thought so.
As a part-time misandry, no, I'm joking. I'm a misandrist. I'm not. But yeah, men do lie. I think it's within their nature, isn't it?
I did a poll, and no, it is. You're fully right. I'm on board. I did a poll, and I was like, who agrees, who doesn't? I think 60% disagreed. Obviously, all fucking men, and then 40% agreed. I think it was like a few women and a few men, but they do though. And the thing is, it's not even. I don't know about you, but for me, I don't even see it for I mean, it is obviously counts as romantic people, like boyfriends and hubbies and whatnot. But it's actually people in your circle as well. It's your
really?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, fully. It's your boys. It's your. I can't slip my family on camera, but it's your. Do you know what I mean? It's your boys and it's your boys you're dating and all that lot. I think when you say, oh, men lie, men are trash, it's not even limited to just
romantically.
Yeah, no.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But one of my boys, right, kindest bloke you'll ever meet, but it's gotten to a point now where we're all together, all in a circle, that's lot, and every time he lies, it's right, take a sip, and obviously everyone's on the floor before we go out because.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Which I think is weird because why would you want to tell fibs in your circle? For me personally, I find lying makes me quite anxious. I get really paranoid about it. Okay. So I used to do it. I'd be I can't think off the top of my head, but I would fib out summer. I'd say it and I'd be oh crap, it's going over and over. And I remember this one time I got called out for it, and my housemate texted me and was like, oh you're lying, aren't you?
I was like, yeah, but
just a little bit, just a little bit. I was like, yeah, but don't tell anyone else. Don't need to know.
Oh, that's crazy. I was under the assumption that this was just remotely men romantically, but I didn't know men were pathological liars. Damn.
Apparently, so I'll tell you a story, right? So this is actually about romantically. I was on a date.
Okay.
He doesn't follow me. Okay, it's fine. I'm just thinking.
Let me see. Will I get caught?
I've been warned to tone down.
Even if you did, you could have just blocked him before this is released. So.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah. So basically, this is when I was at uni. I think I had a few weeks left. I went on a date with this guy. Really nice guy. Went for a walk in a park because it was nice and sunny. And Oxford's really innit? I thought it was a cute idea. And Oxford's really well known for having nice parks and nice green and all that. Mm-hmm. Went for a little walk. First time I met him, perfectly fine. Got on really well. Sat down. My man has a tattoo here. Okay. Of
Don't say swastika.
No, thankfully not. That would have been even worse. So a lady's name. Okay. Hypothetically, let's say her name is Jane, right? Okay. Really cool tattoo, flowers and all that. And I was you've got a really cool tattoo, mate. What's who's Jane? Who is she? Literally, no hesitation, no second thinking. He looks at me and goes, "Oh, it's my dead sister." I thought, a guy with feelings? This is fuck. No.
You probably felt bad, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have brought up his dead sister.
No, literally. Well, no, obviously, but then I just thought it looked nice and wanted to comment because you're doing on a date, innit? I was that's really nice. Got on really well, just literally I said, went for a walk, went back and forth, went home, got his Snapchat and his number, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna I'm a bit of a stalker. When I date a man, I need to know what's going down. So I find he's got a silly mistake. If you're going to tell me who Jane is, right? He gives me the same. Well, he has the same username for his Snapchat, which is also his Instagram. I look up. Jane is his pregnant fiance. Jane is his pregnant fiance.
No.
Wait, I'll show you after.
No!
I'll show you after. So I messaged the girl.
I expected to go this way. Oh my god!
So I messaged the girl. I'm like, yo, sis, right, I hate to be that guy, but I've just been on a date with your boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Sent her the conversation. She was, oh, you're lying. Like, why would you do that? I'm pregnant.
Why would you?
I was like, he's literally broken the vows before you've even gotten married.
Exactly. And why would she blame you? It's not like you knew. You are such a nice person to go out of going and be like, hey, I need to save you from this man.
If my man did that to me, I'd be like, well, what's going on? I couldn't believe it. I thought this must be a joke, surely. Exactly. Surely.
But like, honestly, I think, you know, insecure people, and also she's pregnant. I feel like she's not gonna leave. She's not gonna leave him.
Well, yeah, but that was my conclusion for figuring out men are fucking trash.
That's crazy.
It's just men, innit?
Oh my god.
Sorry, boys. It's just men, innit? So do you agree with the tweet then?
Of course I do. I don't really have like personal stories. I can't really think of any at the top of my head, but they really are, seriously. And like, I can't think of anything.
But you get it on your feed though, don't you? Quite a lot, like all these like angry men just like chatting shit to you.
I do get angry. Yeah, I do. I really do. They're so violent with their words as well, and they're just like, you're gonna die, like, and it's so vile, and it's so like explicit as well. Like, I have like mutuals as well. Whenever they like upset men, and like the thing with them, they come in packs. So whenever you upset them, like it's just hundreds of them like flood to your comment section, and they're just like, you're this, you're that, and like to the point where they're like threatened to like rape you and stuff. It's so explicit, and I'm just like, okay, well, that's it. Gotta turn off my comments now. And like it got to the point where I had to like dip from TikTok for like a week or so. I was just like,
just a minute to like take a minute.
It is. Yeah. Men.
Well, on that note,
right,
we're bouncing. Thank you so much. I love you a lot. I love your TikToks.
I love you.
She's a TikTok content creator.
Yeah.
Extravaganza.
I'm not one of these TikTokers, if you know what I mean. You know, the dance.
Oh yeah, no. Look, she's real. She's with it. Right, where can we find you? What are the socials?
You can find me on my TikTok at Who the Hell Is This? A very fun username.
Who the hell is this?
Who the hell is this? And my Instagram, HuddaJX. Yeah, HuddaJX.
I'll put the thing in the description either way.
Yeah, exactly. But you find me.
Awesome. Right, thank you for watching, downloading. Please share, comment, and subscribe. My name is Jord Hellwood, the Winning Side Podcast, and we will be back.
Bye.
Soon. Right, bye.
Bye. Was that an hour?
43. I was like...